says, well, I'm not always the best judge of my songs, and the song which I think is flippant or perhaps irrelevant turns out to have a great impact. Than a song about the Lift Girls, for instance, in South Africa, had an enormous response, and I thought it was just I was fascinated, otherwise I wouldn't have written it, but I was fascinated by these girls who operated the lifts, the elevators in the department stores, and to me they were kind of cute, but also a bit funny. A bit naff, we would say, and it was because they had to go through this routine of announcing what was on every floor, yeah. And it became such a rigmarole, and I thought, really, I could take that off, and do that. So that's what I did. But the South African public, who had seen the Johannesburg public, been up and down in these lifts forever, they'd never noticed it. They'd stood there in the lifts, stony, bored, and then suddenly after the song came out, they got in the lifts and they were all smiles. They said, and I think, if you can see, that's part of songwriting, is you can bring people's attention to what is there, and to honor and recognize people's individuality, their specialness. These girls are different. They're doing a job which is special, and it had its funny side, but that's okay, And it's not. One doesn't want to preach too much in saying. I'm not a great fan of protest songs because they tend to be too self-righteous half the time. I'd like to celebrate life wherever I find it and however I find it. And sometimes you have to celebrate life in somebody who's maybe an old prize fighter or a policeman, but who has got something special. And that's the bit you want to get at, the actual reality, the denseness, the concentration of